relative. So let's have a reminder then of how they line up for heats number 2 for the Brat Bikes Superminis. Richard Holmes-Williams from Reece Stevenson, Lawrence Wardle in 3rd, Steve Cornwall in 4th position, Tim Cornwall and Ryan Tyers in 6th place. 7th for David Ferns from Stephen Brooks, Andre Toder in 9th, Jordan Pritchard, Nathan Smith and Robin Kyle in 12th place. Robert Corbazan, Dean Rowland, Shane Hopkins and Mercia Basil rounding out the 16 rider field. So as that's Valentino Kimiko making his way back to the paddock, and Brat Bikes sponsoring this class, based in Lancashire. Been going a few years now, started in 2017, and they're focused very much on the race components to convert these bikes, which, as we mentioned several times, of course, this year, these are based on motocross machines. So it's just that case of bringing them over to a more tarmac spec, to more to a supermoto style format. And just talking about Brat Bikes there, actually, Dave, it's very much like a cottage industry, you might say. It's a very specialised thing here because it is, like I say, these are motocross style machinery, so you do need some pretty specific parts to bring them over to a supermoto format.
Yeah, a lot of the guys will go to Brat Bikes for their stuff. They make really top quality, top spec stuff. But if you're going to spend that amount of money on a bike and you want it to run consistently, you want to put the best bits on it. So Brat Bikes definitely is one that you should go to.
And one of the things here as well is with a small company like that is it's supposed to be quite reactive as well. Because remember, one of the things, of course, is to change the brake calipers, I suppose, on these bikes as well, more to like a tarmac format. Yeah, and they can respond to things on the track and change it over. Yeah,
standard pit bike parts don't fit on them, so the fact that they are specialists means that when you order something, you know you're going to get what you want, and I think that's important, and especially in this class, because the sheer speed that they're going at, the money that's gone into it, that bike has to do what it says it's going to do, otherwise you're in trouble.
So that's Brat Bikes who back this Superminis class. Holmes-Williams with Stevenson, the Union flag about to drop, and away they go. Oh, great run there from Cornwall on the second row, but it looks, Stevenson having a look on the outside, but Holmes-Williams, I think, has just about done enough to hold on to the lead. Let's wait and see as they come back towards us once again. So Holmes-Williams, Lawrence Wardle with a good start as well. There is the 414 on the back of the leathers. Into the top corner they go. So a tight start there, Dave. It looks like Holmes-Williams has done enough there into the first few corners.
Yeah, he's definitely got the hammer down this time. He wants to take the win again. And a good shout out again for Ryan Tyers on the 190 pit bike. He's had a great start as well. I think he's up to 5th.
Yeah, he's a good. I think that's him there, isn't it? 5th place.
He's tipped up racing leathers.
So here we go around the final corner for the first time, and Holmes-Williams leads. Stevenson, Wardle, Cornwall, Tyers. All as quick as that, you would say, as there was trouble there for Stephen Brooks. Not such a good start for him, but Andre Toder getting through the field after that bad first race, and Jordan Pritchard had a difficult first moto as well, getting into the top 10.
Yeah, in 8th place, like I said, he's if you see Jordan on the bikes on the red CRF just going through the screen now in the Vision Track leathers, very smooth rider. He's got a great style. If you watch the way he leans off the bike, really good to watch, and he's fast. He's a big lad. He's not sure how tall he is, 6'4" or something, but he's a big lad.
Look at Reece Stevenson there. He seemed to come out of nowhere into the final corner to take the lead. So the 1, 2, 3 of Reece Stevenson. I'm just going to look at the lap times there. I can only assume, with respect to Reece Stevenson, I think Richard Holmes-Williams must have made a mistake there, because Stevenson out of nowhere, flying through into the lead.
It looks like Richard Holmes-Williams has fallen back into the pack, so whether he made a mistake or he's got a bike issue, but he was pulling away, and you see Ryan Tyers going up the inside again for, I think, 4th place, I believe.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, very close indeed. As this is where he made, I can only assume, some kind of whether he missed a gear change, I don't know, but for whatever reason, Reece Stevenson steaming down the inside, making an easy move into the lead. And now he's trying to break away, and again, foot out into the corner. He's very aggressive into that final corner. Yeah,
it's something he's developed, this foot down style, which has come over the last few rounds, but it works for him, and he's obviously worked well because he's really fast. And Ryan's gone up to 3rd, I think, on the 190 now as well.
Yeah,
looks like Lawrence Wardle.
Yeah, he has. He's got past Wardle. So Ryan Tyers into 3rd place, starting to put the pressure on Richard Holmes-Williams. And into the top corner they go. So Rhys Stevenson just trying to break away, but whatever that problem was for Richard Holmes-Williams, it looks like he's sorted himself out, and he's starting to put the pressure back on Stevenson as they make their way down towards the final corner. Now let's see if Holmes-Williams can try and get down the inside into this last corner. I'm sure Stevenson won't want to give that place up. And again, very deep and aggressive, but look out for the third place rider here, Ryan Tyers. Breaking away now in third, and the 55 in third position, 7/10 of a second covering the top three. Tyers looking threatening in third place.
Yeah, he's jumped on his 190 today to give it a try. It's the first time I've seen him on this bike, to be honest, and he's not struggling with it. I think the one that needs to start pushing on here is Lawrence Wardle. He's fighting for the championship at the moment with with Richard Holmes-Williams. So Richard Holmes-Williams currently first, with Lawrence second. So he really needs to try and catch up, or hope that Ryan Tyers can take some points off Richard Holmes-Williams.
And of course, with Kyle Ryder, you'd say the standout rider in this class this year, not racing here today, that could throw things up for the likes of Holmes-Williams and Wardle.
Yeah, Kyle Ryder, obviously when he comes down, he's right at the front. Joe Dickinson, normally he's also right up there at the front as well on his two-stroke, so he's not here this weekend. He's currently in third, and Jordan Pritchard in fourth, so Jordan needs to also push on to get some points on the board to maybe catch up and close the gap. It's quite close.
Everyone there just having to slow down. I think you did see a yellow flag go out, so we'll just try and see what that issue was. But the race goes on, of course, as Ryan Tyers keeping that pressure on Holmes-Williams, who in turn is asking questions here. Rhys Stevenson, Ryan Tyers instantly fastest lap of the race, 41.101 last time round. Into the final corner they go, and the 55 of Tyers really starting to threaten us. Wardle a bit further behind there as well, but Holmes-Williams checking his shoulder there. I think he knows that he's coming under some pressure.
Yeah, I'm always thinking I'd be happy to take a second place or a third place here, and I'll let him go through. Maybe doesn't want to get into the battle until the final race, but yeah, they're all incredibly fast riders, so Ryan Tyers will want to win this, and he'll want to beat Rhys Stevenson, but Rhys will not want to give him an inch, so it's going to come down to a bit of a battle, I think, here.
And the back marker as well, just holding the line, letting the leaders get through. So it looked to me like Holmes-Williams not trying too hard to keep Ryan Tyers behind him, as Tyers steaming into that final corner.
Yeah, the front two aren't in for the championship, so he's got nothing to gain from fighting them at this point.
Yeah, well, Ryan Tyers again, another fastest lap of the race, 41.1. Holmes-Williams, he just seemed to, he was checking his shoulder, he didn't seem to put up much of a fight, did he?
No.
Which I suppose, like you said, this is where penultimate round of the series now. We're coming into this part where you've almost got to have one IML as well.
Absolutely. And points are really going to make prizes here, because this could, you know, if he bins it, then it opens it up for Lawrence Wardle to potentially take the lead in the championship. But just as you say that, he's tagged straight back on the back of them.
Yeah.
Looks like he wants to come and have a play. So
look at this now as they go down the inside. I think of Shane Hopkins letting them go. Holmes-Williams now picking onto the back wheel of Ryan Tyers. So giving that a second place up, he's fighting back. Oh, as Tyers has looked down the inside of Rhys Stevenson. This is interesting here, because Holmes-Williams pretty much let Ryan Tyers go. He's fought back now and set his own fastest lap of the race.
And Ryan Tyers has gone into the first place position.
Yeah, so he's sweeping through to lead as Stevenson fights back. I wonder if there's a bit of tactics here, Derv, because he let Ryan Tyers go. Now he's tagging onto the back, and I'm wondering if he knows there's going to be a bit of a battle here.
Yeah, I think he wants to be there in case he has to pick up the pieces, I think. But if he's such a fast rider on that bike, he potentially could just try and pull away. But again, it's risk versus reward, I think, at this point. He looks comfortable, let's say, in third place.
I think he's just sitting there. I think if these two not even crash, if they just start to tangle with each other almost and slow each other down, it's easy to get down there, I think.
I'd just go for it, and I'll run away with it.
And they really are pulling away now from Lawrence Wardle in fourth place, still Steve Cornwall, Tim Cornwall, fifth and sixth. Seventh place for Jordan Pritchard, Andre Toda. Stephen Brooks just going over the line now, I believe, in ninth place from Nathan Smith, Robin Kyle, and David Burns will be rounding up the riders on the lead lap with 3 laps to go. Rhys Stevenson charging down towards the final corner, still very close within the top 3, half a second covering them last time round. As we look at Richard Holmes-Williams just tagging onto the back there. Ryan Tyers looks strong in second place, but can't find a way through.
No, it is, I think Richard Holmes-Williams is going to be one to watch here. When that last lap board comes out, you might just see him try and pull the pin a little bit, so it's going to be interesting to see how he approaches it and where he can get past as well.
This almost feels like one of those cycling races where everyone's just kind of like hanging back as, look there, wasn't it? Everyone just seems to be hanging back, don't they? And then when we get that jump to the flag, it might just break open a bit here. Tyres having a look down the inside. Here they come down towards the hairpin for what will be the penultimate time. Any one of these three riders could win the race. There's a midfield runner in front of them who will go a lap down. Will that play a part as they make their way round the final corner? That looks like the 141. David Fearns currently in 12th place as they make their way through to the last lap. And let's see what Richard Holmes-Williams can do as Ryan Tyres puts the pressure. Oh, as they come together.
Oh, dear.
That's a shame. Right, well, this is what we were going to say was going to happen, possibly, with the battle for the lead. Bibber racing into there, and Tyres and Stevenson both going for the same bit of track. And all of a sudden, Richard Holmes-Williams, a bit of a wily old fox, you would say, snatching the lead.
I wouldn't call him that to his face, but he definitely planned that one well, and I think he's going to take the win here with by a country mile now. So yeah, he sat in there and he was fast anyway. You could see he was fast, and now he's going to roll through and take the victory.
Well, there we go. So
and the guys forgot to flag him, but he just won the race.
Oh yeah, so that's it. The race has finished. Richard Holmes-Williams takes the checkered flag, and I think, in fairness, perhaps I think they were waiting for one of the other two to come through, weren't they? So Wardle in second, of course. And let's have a look what happens here again, Dave. So just two riders going for the same bit of track. I think as well, they had that back marker as well to kind of narrow the track as well a little bit.
Again, I think they panicked and pulled the front lever, and he just took the front as well, which is good. There's good results there from guys that are, just Nathan Smith on up to 7th on his. I think this is his first really competitive weekend on his Super Mini after having that during the championships. To get a top 10 is a great result. Stephen Brooks as well.
Steve Cornwall hit trouble on the last lap there, down to 15th as well. I don't know if he got caught up in that melee possibly, but Tim Cornwall into 3rd. That means that Jordan Pritchard with a good fight back there into 4th, and Andre Toda rounding out the top 5.
And that will help Jordan's championship points, because obviously he's fighting against Joe Dickinson, so that's going to potentially, by the end of this weekend, if you can have some more consistent results, that could get him maybe up to 3rd place going into the last round.
So it will bode well for Wilton Mill. So a dramatic end there to Superminis race number 2. I believe both riders okay, and they'll make their way. I think they're just trying to, there they are. Well, they're both evidently okay, just trying to get the bikes back into life. Just one of these things, bit of racing, I think there. It's nobody too worried. I think let's just get themselves dusted down and on to the next one, really.
And you always need someone shouting at your defence, calling you an idiot as well. That's always that motivational speaking. That's what you want. But hopefully they can get their bikes kick-started, it looks like.
It looked like it was quite a spectacular tumble there, but it didn't look like anything that would really damage bike or rider, hopefully. So
it's just when the bike potentially hits the curb, it can can rip off a lever or anything, and it looks like Reese's bike is stuck there at the moment. So hopefully they get that covered.
Hopefully they'll be right. So just going through, I think they're both making their way back to the paddock now, which is good news. So we're going to move on to our next race very shortly. I think the